We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. Stations of the Cross Reflections by Bishop Barron. Second station. Jesus takes up his cross. All of us sinners tend to see the universe turning around our egos, our needs, our projects, our plans, our likes and dislikes. True conversion, the metanoia that Jesus talks about, is so much more than moral reform, though it includes that. It has to do with a complete shift in consciousness, a whole new way of looking at one's life. Jesus offered a teaching that must have been gut-wrenching to his first-century audience. If anyone wishes to come after me, he must deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. His listeners knew what the cross meant: death in utter agony, nakedness, and humiliation. They knew it in all of its awful power. So why does the Son take up the cross? Because God, the Father, is angry? Because he wants the Lord to lord it over us? Because God needs something? No, he comes purely out of love, out of God's desire that we flourish. God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, so that everyone who believes in him might not perish, but might have eternal life. God the Father is not a pathetic divinity whose bruised personal honor needs to be restored. Rather, God is a parent who burns with compassion for his children who have wandered into danger. Does the Father hate sinners? No, but he hates sin. Does he harbor indignation at the unjust? No, but he despises injustice. And thus, he sends his Son not to see him suffer, but to set things right. Saint Anselm, the great medieval theologian who is often unfairly blamed for the cruel theology of satisfaction, was eminently clear on this score. We sinners are like diamonds that have fallen into the muck. Made in the image of God, we have soiled ourselves through violence and hatred. In his passion to reestablish the beauty of his creation, God came down into the muck of sin and death and brought the diamond up and polished it off. In doing so, of course, he had to get dirty. This sinking into the dirt, this divine solidarity with the lost, is the sacrifice which the Son makes to the infinite pleasure of the Father. It is a sacrifice expressive not of anger or vengeance, but of compassion. If God is self-forgetting love, even to the point of death, then we must be such love. If God is willing to break open his own heart, then we must be willing to break open our hearts for others. The cross, in short, must become the very structure of the Christian life. There is a line from the illuminator of the St. John's Bible that states, "We have to love our way out of this." There's nothing wimpy or namby-pamby or blind about this conviction. When we love extravagantly, we are not purposely blinding ourselves to moral realities. Just the contrary. Love is not a sentiment, but a harsh and dreadful thing, as Dostoevsky said. This is just what Jesus shows on his terrible cross, and this is just what we, his followers, must imitate. Taking up the cross means not just being willing to suffer, but being willing to suffer as he did, absorbing violence and hatred through our forgiveness and nonviolence. Some questions for reflection provided by CatholicMatch.com. Where in your life is your cross? Have you embraced it, or are you fighting it along the way? After you have thought about these for a while, please recite one Our Father, one Hail Mary, and one Glory Be. A new reflection by Bishop Barron on the stations will be posted each Wednesday and Friday during Lent. Mark your calendar and come back to Christ the King website often. May God bless.